show it's recording.
Oh.
Don't even worry about that because I'll be editing all that. Good deal. All right, Harry. Why don't you tell me about what happened after the first plane hit?
Well, we had some people hit there. One of the crew, the loaders, I believe it was, got hit, got his toes practically shot off, and went through his life vest with a bullet, a shrapnel did, bunged him up. And I asked permission to have someone take him down to sick bay. Of course, you couldn't leave your gun. That was a foolish thing to even ask. I shouldn't even ask about that. But you know, when you see somebody laying there, or bloodied up, you feel like you should do something. So I ended up giving him a shot of, this is before penicillin, so I had to give him a shot of sulfur, is it called, you know?
Sulfur?
Yeah, that's what they used before penicillin. Yeah. But I guess he lived okay. He was okay. And, but I saw the plane before they pushed it over the side. And it was a lot of, it had been blazing, but they got it out. The time I got down there, the time I was able to leave the gun and get out. But I don't know. Then they told us that the plane control, some of them had been saved and put it in that museum we have in Albany, New York. But I don't see how in the world it could have been done. I don't believe that that's the same one coming out of there, because they pushed that plane over the side, and then it went down. There wasn't nothing left of it. Somebody tried to grab him, you know, and got his boot there, his foot there, is going to pull him out when they pushed the plane over. But the boot come off, so that's all they had left there was the boot. But if that shell that had been another foot lower, nobody would have been there, I don't think. Because when this other, of course, they kept coming. There's others circling around there and just waiting. They had 20 caliber guns on their planes. That's where a lot of them done a lot of damage. What I could do is remember they had the old English pom-pom guns. They didn't have the quad 40s down there. You know what some of the pictures show now. But that was at that time. It's the old quad 40s they had. They didn't put the 40 millimeters on there till after we got hit in the Navy Yard. Yeah, you could always tell them English. Palm, they get him boom, boom, boom. They didn't seem to be as fast as a 40 millimeter.
Very loud, very confusing.
Yeah, it was pretty confusing there. Of course, the guy that. One of the guys that I was a gunner on the 20 till just a few weeks before then, and they took me out, put me on the 3-inch, and we had a guy on there coming from the radar group, I believe, an inch or something like that. But anyway, he went on the gun, on the 20, and he got hit and got his leg shot up, and but he shot down a plane. He shot down one of the planes. Now, nobody knew whether it was before he got hit or after he got hit. I've wondered 1,000 times, if I'd have been on there, would I got that plane? If I hadn't, he'd have hit right on us. But there's a lot of ifs in there, in that whole thing. What if had happened? I saw it at one of the reunions. I believe it was the one in San Antonio. I asked the medic whatever happened to him, and I never did. You know, they didn't tell you much about it. You never did know what happened to everybody. And he saw number 420 millimeter, and I asked him what happened to that guy. He said, "Oh, I had to take a blanket up, wrap him up. He bled to death in the gun mount." Yeah, that's another one of those what if. It might have been me if stayed there.
All right. Want to take a break?
Oh, anytime.
Yeah.
Harry, that was wonderful.
Good stuff.
Oh, that was wonderful. I have one question.
Sure.
Did you see the, because Dick writes about it in his book, that there,
No, I don't remember the part.
and he still had his, like, he still had, like, his cummerbund on.
Yeah.
And this sort of, but you didn't see him.
All I know, I saw the plane there.
You
when
saw
I
the
got there.
plane.
But, I can't remember anything else about that, because it was all
Gone.
over when I was able to leave my gun and go down there and look around a little bit. But the plane was still on deck there when I went down there, and they pushed it over, because it was.
See, that's the first time I heard that, because I think John was out by that time. I mean, he was near death.
Yeah.
Hello.
Didn't know where the hell I was then.
You didn't know?
No, hell, I was bleeding like crazy, and they carried me off.
Oh yeah. Well, did you go over to the hospital ship?
I think somebody put me on a what do you call, a troop ship first,
Yeah.
and then I was transferred to a hospital ship afterwards, and I spent about 2 days on there, and they dropped me off on Saipan. I was in the Army hospital on Saipan
Well,
for almost 4 months.
they had to put when they exchanged you from our ship to the other ship, they had to put you on they had to use the booms, didn't they, pick you up and.
Oh yeah, I was in a stretcher.
Oh, you was in a stretcher.
Yeah, they put me in a stretcher.
Well, I was down there when we were putting people in the stretcher.
Well, I was there.
Well, I can remember some of the guys that I always thought that died at home there on the way over. And it could a little bit if you want everybody to listen to you.
Sure.
Well, that's what you blew. And of course, you had a lot of things like chow down and all that kind of stuff. Let me warm up here a little bit, see if I can get it. But I've been on one ship where I was the only one on there that had a whistle. So
do you remember all the signals?
I don't no, I can't remember it. 'Cause I had a book that told you what to do with your hand, for each thing and how long it lasted and all that stuff. But I forgot all of it, and I didn't bring the book with me.
That's fine.
But that's about all you do, just for attention, where everybody was supposed to listen to what you had to say after that. But they stopped using this a lot after the ships got all the sound equipment on there where they could, at one time, they didn't have anything. You had to go down the ship, especially on the bigger ships, where they had openings. You had to go down the whole length of the ship and holler down through there and what you want to say. That was before the war. This in the 30s.
So the captain follow you around?
Huh?
The captain wanted to say something, he would actually follow you around as you.
No, they tell you what you wanted, and you just have to do it yourself. And I was captain talker on there for a while too. When I first went aboard, Captain Taylor's talker. All the reports came in, Then I'd tell the bridge who was ready and who wasn't manned and who was manned and all that kind of stuff. I served under Captain Taylor's brother on another ship on cruiser Detroit. He was in the flag. We had a flag on there. Had an admiral, and I was a seaman in the admiral's barge. It had a 6-man crew, 40-foot boat. It's only admiral's barge in the fleet that was 40 foot. The rest of them were 35. But this happened to be left over from World War I. Of course, it had been overhauled a dozen times, didn't have anything, probably of the original parts on there. And Captain Taylor, I mean, he was a lieutenant commander then. He was the flag lieutenant. And of course, he, flag lieutenant, he, the kind of advisor to the captain, I mean, to the admiral. He was, everybody listened when he talked. Yeah, I served under him for about a year. Then I went to the Rall. I understand that him and our captain, they were brothers, but they had fallen out, I think, or something. So he wasn't too thrilled about it. But the other one, he was admiral.
So, how about you want to do one more take on what happened after the first plane hit?
Yeah, okay. Well,
go ahead, on your own.
I got to think about where to start here, that I don't want to repeat myself.
No, that's fine. You can repeat yourself if you like.
Well, I can remember the crew that the plane smashed into, the repair crew, and I knew a lot of people on that. It's a lot of these guys, when I go to the reunion, that was on the same ship, but we weren't in the same division. They were in different departments. You didn't see them very often. And in the Alva Deck and Gunnery Department, which I was more or less associated with, well, they don't show up at these reunions. The last time there was only one gunner's mate, and nobody that I knew out of the deck force, which I was. I was the division petty officer in the first and second. I switched a couple of times. I don't remember which one I had at any one time. But I remember Lieutenant what's his name? Our lieutenant, what? Graves. I remember him coming aboard. He was just dancing out of schools. His first job was to put him in supply. He was in supply division for a while before we went standing in watches. But one of the guys I remember most that was in the repair party that got killed, I replaced him on one of the guns too. He was supposed to go on the 3-inch when he wanted to go down over to repair party, and that's the first bunch that got killed, I think.